Ahoy, fellow ornithoids.
And welcome aboard the Joy of Trek, a slice-of-life podcast exploring the neutral zones and barbershops of Star Trek, all of it. I'm Kaki.
I'm Kay.
And writing a friendly letter to someone who thinks I don't have rights is your chief engineer, Greg.
Together, we're on a mission through the ambassador's remains of Star Trek to find the correlation between humor and sex and the excellence in every episode.
Even the dancing doctors.
Because every episode must be someone's favorite, and it might as well be ours.
So marry off the Irishman, why don't we, and join us as we tap dance into the Joy of Trek. Well done, Chief. That was an excellent script. Hello, everyone.
Good day and welcome to another day of the Joy of Trek.
It's fantastic.
I have no idea why I did that.
I know.
No,
I sort of caught myself and go, hello, everyone. I sound like a young substitute teacher, trying to make friends with the class.
Right, yes, writing your name on the board. You can call me Mr. Call me Johnny.
I'm Senor Chang.
So, do you know which episode we're doing?
Oh, based on this script, and well done to our chief for writing another wonderful script, as we call him. Yeah, because what are we discussing today?
Next Generation, Season 4, Episode 11, Data's Day.
First aired January 7th, 1991. Story by Harold Apter, written by Harold Apter and Ronald D. Moore, and directed by Robert Weimer. And Kay, when we were looking this up on the totally legal streaming service,
yes.
Wink, you noticed something cool about...
Oh, yes, we completed an Inside Straight.
Yeah.
We have done the 2 episodes before this episode, today's episode, and the 2 episodes after this episode.
So,
for some reason, there's a very big concentration of Season 4.
Mid-Season 4...
Yeah.
It was The Wounded, Devil's Due. I remember those off the top of my head. What else did we have?
It was... I don't question... It was the one with the earthquake demon girl.
Yeah, that's Devil's Due.
That's Devil's Due.
She was
right.
Ardra.
Yes. And
The Wounded was making the Irishman suffer. So
yes. And now,
it came right after this, right? Because it starts off with them having their first meal together as a married couple.
Right, yes, that's right.
Where apparently they'd never had breakfast together before.
I guess not, yes. It works.
Anyway, what happens in this episode?
Let's see how we have. I have notes, yes. Data is on a continuing mission to explore cluelessness, to give and take offense, and to keep a running commentary on current events.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens in Data's Day. Chief, what is the official synopsis?
Data records a day in his life for Commander Bruce Maddox, including observations on Chief O'Brien's wedding and the mystery of a Vulcan ambassador who apparently dies in a transporter accident.
Oh, I remember being thrilled and kind of blown away with this episode when it first came out, because it's so unlike the rest of Star Trek.
I suppose so. Yes, it's very. Well, I mean, I've seen it before, so it was obviously familiar, but in a particular way that it does. Yeah, it does do Star Trek very well, I would say.
I mean,
it is extremely data focused.
So there'd long been an idea for doing a slice of life, day in the life episode, and other ideas had been following Picard. What does a captain's day look like, or even just straight up the ship for the ship's perspective.
Yeah.
And then it was decided to go for Data because Data's awake 24 hours a day, so you can actually do a full day with Data.
Well, we don't actually.
Don't we?
Because it starts at the end of night shift and it ends at the start of night shift.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
So this is actually what Data does when he's not on duty.
Yeah. Which is woof. But it's so, I want to say undignified. It sort of strips the dignity but also self-seriousness from Star Trek in a way that the Next Generation, to my knowledge, until then really hadn't done. It's silly, it's comedic, it shows people not, at their best.
No, I mean it's comedic, but it's not going for funny. It's not. It is. It just happens to be funny, but that's just playing on Data's cluelessness and interaction with the crew.
Yeah.
It's something that has been happening all. But I guess because you're constantly following Data, it's more of a constant stream of it.
Especially seeing him from the inside. What a great job he thinks he's doing a lot of the time, and how completely baffled he is when it doesn't turn out as well as he thought it was. And then he continues to try anyway. It's such a marvelous view.
I mean, funny is definitely a thing because it was ranked 7th funniest episode of Star Trek TNG by Screen Rant in 2019.
That's low, actually.
Ooh, I think so. Yeah, I mean, makes me wonder which episodes were considered more comedic, I guess, or
A Data
funny.
Full of Fists, maybe?
Oof, that's a different one. I think that's on the After Dark channel.
Yeah, 7th. What are the funnier ones? I hope it's not like darkly comedic. That there's a comedic reading of like The Wounding or The Wounded or The Inner Light. That someone considers those actually
comedy, a height of comedy. No, I guess not.
Any other reviews or notes on this episode?
Oh, let's see. It was in To Boldly Go, Essays on Gender and Identity in the Star Trek Universe, released in June 2017, featuring the marriage of Keiko and O'Brien, which was the only successful long-term relationship in the entirety of Star Trek up until that point.
Wow. Yes.
I mean, successful. I mean, it's like, I guess they have their trials and tribulations, but I guess that's like all successful marriages do.
Yeah. What they don't have is someone dying and then maybe coming back like Culber does. I mean, that still counts as successful.
Okay, yeah.
Neither party evaporates into an energy being that is detached from time and space like Cisco does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or, in fact, Pike.
Yeah. And Captain Battelle. Yeah. Let's see who else we have. Yeah, I think it's just Culber and Stamets.
I suppose, yeah, but they were later than that.
And earlier. Sorry, like depending on chronology.
Right,
like
I mean, like this was released in 2017, so like those were from after that. And Wired ranked it as one of the best of Star Trek Next Generation in a review and praised the masterful acting by Brent Spiner throughout the episode, offering what they call a Pinocchio perspective on the plot.
Oh, I like that term.
Yeah.
Now, there is an actual plot. There is actual peril in there, which Rick Berman insisted on. We couldn't just have
But that's the B plot.
Yeah. And it's also like, why would anyone care? Like, it's barely connected. There's token efforts to sort of make it tie into Data's exploration, but it's a nothing of a side plot.
Absolutely, yeah. It's very easy. There's a supposedly Vulcan ambassador. So let's talk about. Well, actually,
is this a warp core that you're dumping?
No,
it's an early move.
No, it wasn't. I was going to say, like, do we need to eject any warp cores?
I say we eject the warp core.
I was going to say, like, do you have any warp cores? I don't.
No, neither do I.
No.
It's a fine episode.
And I was going to invoke the Treaty of Mintaka 3 and just, like, talk about get the ambassadors
I think that's
track
a valid
out of the
approach.
way and then just, like, talk about what the episode is actually about.
And then I kind of like that. So we're going to finish our greens first. But before we get to the episode itself, we have one more person who has a particular opinion.
Oh, yes. Who did recommend it to us?
I'm very curious to find out. Data's Day was recommended by Alex Russett, a name we've heard before. Hello, Alex. Who said, speaking as someone with higher functioning autism with ADHD as a cherry on top, I've always found a kinship with characters like Spock, Data, and Seven. Data more so as his efforts to become more human tended to mirror my own struggles to understand social norms that made little sense to me. Half the time I was completely clueless that I ever did anything wrong in the first place. Having an entire episode dedicated to seeing things through his eyes was very relatable to me. From completely failing to read the room with relaying Keiko's wedding cancellations, to his attempts to use friendly insults. His analytical mindset also resonated with me as my ADHD basically puts my brain into turbo mode, analyzing anything and everything without stopping. Good for brainstorming and creativity, not so good when you need to shut out the nastiness of the world and center yourself. While my life experience is not one-to-one with his, there is enough there that an episode dedicated to him is a welcome addition. Oh, this is wonderful.
That is awesome, yeah.
I really enjoy like recommendations that come from a place of, feeling seen by an experience.
Yes, and having a personal connection quite so close to an episode like that. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for recommending this to us. We enjoyed watching it, and now we're going to enjoy talking about it.
Yeah, thanks, Alex.
So yes, let's get.
Okay, let's do the boring stuff. Was it this? I mean, it's not even that boring, actually.
Okay, so a Vulcan ambassador comes aboard, apparently has high-level clearance, and asks to be taken to the neutral zone to meet up with the Romulans. They meet up with the Romulans. The ambassador transports over.
Oh no!
Oh no! Accident. Turns out, like, everything goes. The Romulans are perturbed, leave. Everybody leaves. They discover that the transport accident was in fact not an accident, but it was staged.
Le gasp!
Enterprise chases after them. There's a little bit of a standoff, and it turns out that the ambassador was a Romulan spy
all along. And now she's changed her haircut, and it was a retrieval of a deep cover operative. And so, Captain says Mendak, the Romulan captain. Clearly, no Federation citizen is being held. No crime has been committed.
Yeah, well, yes, espionage, but.
Yeah, but you don't have custody of and we don't have
we're in the Romulan zone. The
we're in the
neutral zone. Yes.
Yeah, and we don't have what's it called? One of those treaties for exchanging prisoners. Extradition treaties.
Also, lots of people don't extradite their own citizens.
Yeah, and as far as we're concerned, she didn't commit any crimes.
No, we told in fact we're going to give her a medal for it.
Yeah. So thanks for bringing her back. Bye. Bye.
So the only thing that I'm wondering about, like, what happened is, like, is she like such a deep cover that they, like, she has been living as a Romulan for God knows how long? Or
yes, that's exactly.
Or
the
have
case.
they killed the actual or kidnapped the actual Vulcan and she's been like replaced? Because it'd be very difficult to like. I mean, it had to be like a 20-year job or something.
Yep.
If you can, like, if you want to. Get somewhere up to ambassadorial status.
In Star Trek's history, there are 3 figures in different eras that have done exactly this. She's one of them. Then there's Commodore O in Picard, and she's like head of Starfleet security.
Okay.
Posing as a Vulcan and able to do mind melds. But no, she's a Vulcan deep cover operative, and she has been for 50 years.
A Romulan.
Romulan deep cover operative, indeed. And the other one is in Enterprise. Where we discover that, like, the president of Vulcan or whatever is also a long-term.
They keep falling for this shit, don't they?
They're really good at it. Okay, in Enterprise they had the excuse the Vulcans didn't know Romulans looked like them.
Okay, sure.
But that excuse is no longer a thing. But yeah, the Romulans are really good at this.
Clearly so. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I think, I mean, the alternative is also possible. Like, the assassination plot is also possible because that's what they wanted to do with Picard in Nemesis. They created a genetic clone that they tried to artificially age up quickly enough and then somehow do something with memories.
Right.
And then kill and replace Picard with a clone of theirs. But that program never got off the ground.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, I've seen this episode before, obviously, but I couldn't, like, remember the exact details of the plot. So I kind of assumed it was like the ambassador was there to go do secret negotiations. Although they do that with Spock later at some point, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, they have a similar setup, but then it turns out that Spock is just going into deep negotiations with the Romulans.
I mean,
or is it where they retrieve Spock? It's one of the two.
Well, Spock has gone rogue and is on Romulus, and Starfleet is, Unification Part 1 and 2. Starfleet is worried he has huge security clearance, and if he's being held prisoner or is interrogated or whatever. Picard is sent to find out, and he finds that Spock went there on his own to make contact with the Unification movement.
Yeah.
Which we're doing a watch through of season 3 of Discovery.
Oh, very nice.
Which continues that plot line where they find out that, like, after the destruction of Romulus, a lot of Romulans eventually resettled on Vulcan, now called Ni'Var, because it's a shared Romulan-Vulcan world.
But that be okay.
That's 1,000 years in the future.
Oh,
that's
right.
the 31st century.
By then. Sorry, I was wondering about that. Like, okay. Cool. So, that's that plot.
Anyway, yes.
That's that.
So, that's done.
There's literally only one other interaction with the ambassador, and that's when, like, she challenges Data's... She sees if she can persuade Data to give her information.
Launch code!
Yeah.
And he's like,
strength of the shields.
The harmonic frequencies and the launch codes, maybe. And he says, well, yeah, you're entirely entitled to them. Your clearance codes are valid.
I will have to log the request, though.
And then she goes, you passed the test. Never mind. And also don't tell the captain.
I mean, frankly, I think he should at that point, Just the fact that the request was made should be logged and then rescinded. I mean, it turns out to be moot anyway because she turns out to be a Romulan. But anyway, so...
I mean, that was part of probably her exit strategy.
Right.
If there was a conflict, then having the shield codes would be an advantage to take out this ship, although they had such overwhelming force anyway.
All right, so let's talk about the actual episode.
Record entry for transmission to Commander Bruce Maddox, Cybernetics Division, Daystrom Institute.
All right. Now let's see what Mr. Maddox has to say about our opinion.
Wait, what? How do we... Wait, what?
Oh, it's just like I was commenting on the record entry for transmission, blah, blah, blah. Never mind.
Okay. Now, did you recognize the name Maddox?
Ooh. Well, I assumed from no. Let's say no, but from assuming, extrapolating like Sherlock Holmes would, from the comment that you made about like sending stuff to someone who doesn't believe you have rights.
Yes.
He's the guy who challenges Data's humanity. Or I think he had challenged him at this point, and this is because that's a season 1 thing, isn't it?
Yeah, season 1 or 2, they still had the little sailor boy outfits. And yeah, there was the totally fucked up trial where someone's like a citizen's personhood is called into question, and their commanding officers are forced to like argue on both sides. It makes absolutely no sense.
No.
But it's nevertheless fantastic performance and a really, really great exam. And like as a thought experiment, it's fantastic. And at the end, Data stuns his adversary by being open to further dialogue. And it turns out 3 years later, they're pen pals.
Yeah, he is sending him a running account of his day.
Yes, because Dr. Maddox is doing some kind of study, and yes, I agree, it lacks some specificity, so here's some information that I'm providing to help you with your study. And it starts with...
Commander Riker, you were 15 minutes early. Well, it's a very special day.
Shift change!
Yes, Data's being relieved, and we learn that the most important thing happening today, other from a lot of boring stuff, is that the wedding of Keiko and O'Brien is to happen today.
Keiko was introduced in this episode. She didn't exist before.
Right.
So for him to say...
I thought the father of the bride would enjoy being relieved early on the wedding day.
Whoa, did he make another one?
Yeah.
Although I don't think he'd made Lal yet.
I don't recall at which point that happens. Yeah.
Chief, did Data have a daughter already at this point?
So Lal did already exist at this point, as the TNG episode The Offspring was season 3, episode 16.
Thank you.
So he takes over the bridge, and Data goes to check up on Keiko because it is time for the wedding rehearsal.
Yep.
She's like, no! Oh, no rehearsal?
Oh, no. She's sort of fussing over, I think they're bird of paradise plants?
Yes, they are.
Yeah?
Are they very similar to them? Yeah.
Oh, Crystarium, what are they in Farscape? They were also in Farscape, do you remember?
Oh, yes, they are, yes. There's a famous, internet famous drawing which shows like how people see those plants and how they're meant to be seen.
Yeah.
And I agree completely with that. Like it so much spoke to me. So apparently what you're supposed to see is the bird in flight, leaning forward and trying to dip its beak into the stem. What I usually see is some weird maned bird screeching out loudly. Which...
its eyes in all directions and weird shit coming out of its head.
Exactly.
That's kind of what bird of paradises look like.
I don't know. I've never seen one in person, I think.
No, I totally agree.
So, yes, she's calling off the wedding, and he's like, oh, why?
I should be happy, but I'm not. I just feel this weight pressing down on me.
Yeah. And he sort of really simplifies it. So, cancelling will make you happy? Yes. Okay, great. That sounds like a good decision.
Exactly. I mean, which he's not wrong, except he's missing the part that there's people are not being honest. She probably isn't being honest.
Yeah.
She's just saying that it'll make her happy because she's she's got cold. Let's just assume that she's got cold feet and that's the only thing that's going on here.
Well, I have several relatives with different forms of autism, and I've learned a little bit about the experience and the things that neurotypical people do. Oh, allistic. I learned that as well. Allistic is the antonym of autistic. So
okay.
The things that allistic people can do is this incredibly multi-level modeling of other people's consciousness and worldview. And it seems completely natural that we can go from the fact that she's unhappy now. Oh, she's actually not unhappy. She's not being honest with herself. She's making a mistake. About 18 hours from now, she'll change her mind about that, and everything will turn out fine. And that's a 4-dimensional sort of progression modeling.
And I guess that was something what Alex alludes to. As someone on the spectrum, okay, you take people, what they say, at face value. That's
the input. What else are you supposed to do something with? Even as a neurotypical person, I struggled with that for a long time.
Right, yeah.
Why would people not say what they mean? What are you supposed to do? What the world would do?
Yes.
Right? the moon is in the sky or it isn't.
So off he goes to 10 forward, which is in the process of being decorated for the wedding.
Oh, very nicely, by the way.
Oh, yes. And,
And
I have good news.
Yeah, because
Keiko has made a decision designed to increase her happiness.
yay, and the predictable response from
yes.
Cancel the wedding? Today? Without even a word?
and stompy stomp, and
Off he goes.
and Geordie goes,
Next time, maybe I should deliver the good
He
news.
is really snarky there.
a little bit, yeah.
He is like, okay. I mean, I'd think of it if anybody would understand how Data, like, would immediately see what went wrong there with Data.
Yeah.
It would be him, and not like, yeah, go on with it. Like, again, he's being like, Data later on recognizes sarcasm in Riker,
Yes.
but at this point, it's like, yeah, it doesn't seem to quite land that way, or maybe he does, or we just don't know.
I imagine Geordie most of the time speaks to Data the way Data likes to be spoken to, right? And explains things to him.
Right? Yes.
And sometimes you're just not in that headspace,
fair.
right? Sometimes you play with the cat the way the cat wants to be played with, and sometimes you just pick her up and kiss her because she's so cute. It's just like, no, I'm nature's perfect killing machine. Oh, no, but you're so cute. You go on her ears.
Your ears
and she's
are gonna
like,
get
no, I'm not
numbed,
into
yeah.
that, but
Data goes pick up the ambassador, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, appropriately enough, coming from an ambassador-class starship, just like the Enterprise C. You see
right.
them side by side. It's a beautiful sort of halfway point between the sort of rectangular struts of the Excelsior, which the Enterprise B was a Excelsior class, and then it's very much a midway point between like an Excelsior and a Galaxy class ship.
Okay, yeah. I admire your encyclopedic knowledge of the exterior of starships.
Thank you. Is that sarcasm?
No.
Okay, it's hard. Was that sarcasm?
Maybe.
Okay, see, this is the difficulty. A Vulcan appears, and we've already done this plotline, but I just want to talk about her costume, which is great.
Oh, yes.
Like it's all these layers of robes.
However, while their devotion to logic does have a certain appeal, I find
Sorry.
she's got this great big headpiece, and like it's a wonderful, apparently traditional Vulcan garb.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, she immediately says,
I would meet with your captain.
and walks out the door with incredible confidence.
Yeah, well, maybe she knows the way. She's been on a Galaxy class before.
Oh, that's very likely. So she's just showing off that she already...
She studied the deck plans using her security clearances.
And they're in the elevator, in the turbo lift, and he's just sort of staring at her, like standing real close. This is a big room. There's a lot of space. You could stand on the other side of the lift. But no, he stands right next there, and he explains.
since I am not affected by emotional considerations, I am closer to being Vulcan than human.
But also...
However, while their devotion to logic does have a certain appeal, I find their stark philosophy to be somewhat limited.
Because, like, we've never really had deep conversation between Data and a Vulcan. Something that, as a Trek nerd, I always really wanted. Because how would they relate to one another? Are they so similar that they actually find each other irritating? Or?
I think so, because Data would be very good in the perfect logic department, which is something that Vulcans don't actually do.
No, exactly.
Vulcans are like, oh, my logic is better than your logic, which shouldn't be possible. It's like...
Okay, logic is a tool.
Right.
Right? And it's a tool to get from...
and it's a tool that Vulcans use to diss each other.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely they do.
Yes, exactly. And that's the part, I guess, of the philosophy part that Data doesn't get.
Yeah, because, like, logic gets you to conclusions from, antecedents. Like, you start off with, you have a particular value system, and then your actions have to flow from that. And logic is a tool to, like, is this consistent with my value system, yes or no? Those are tests that you can perform.
Right.
But if two people have a different value system, or even slightly different interpretations of, like, what is beneficial or different, priorities, they can both be using logic, but then you can assail the other person, okay, but you're actually not being as good as extrapolating from your antecedents.
And that's what they're constantly doing. And they are pointing out the points of, the flaws in the other's reasoning or the flawed assumptions that they might be basing their logic on, when in fact completely ignoring the fact that they're doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, actually, this is fascinating. Like in the Vulcan sort of value system, you can discredit someone more by assailing their ability to extrapolate from their base principles than assailing those principles to begin with. Like your value system doesn't make sense or it's cruel or whatever. No, that doesn't matter. You just extrapolated wrong. Ha! You're dumb.
Exactly. I love that Lower Decks episode where they basically do the lower decks of all the other ships. It's like,
yes, wage George.
And the Vulcan one is like, I disagree with you. See, these violent outbursts are something that are holding you back in your career path.
I think I'm going to look at this again. She has completely lost control.
Yes. I love it.
To Lynn. You know, she joins the crew in later seasons.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm not that far yet, yes. We're only very slowly making our way through Lower Decks.
Oh, so much to look forward to.
Yes. So, okay, she bugs him. And there's like, the plot, you're kind of constantly expecting that like something to happen with the ambassador plot, but no, it's...
No, not really.
Out,
it's just an opportunity for her to, like, she's introduced to Riker and she immediately says,
Leave us, please.
To which Riker says,
Charming woman.
Yeah.
But Data thinks...
The tone of Commander Riker's voice makes me suspect that he is not serious about finding Ambassador T'Pel charming.
Yes, he might actually mean the exact opposite.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, yeah. You say that in a jokey fashion, but like for a lot of people, that's actually pretty difficult to figure out. And not even just like the various spectrums of the wonderful constellation of neurodiverse constructions of human consciousness, but just different cultures.
Right. I mean, it's like, what was that joke again? It's like a professor is like talking about like how two no's make a double negative. No, a double negative can be a positive. And he comments like, but a double positive can't be a negative. And from someone in the back of the room pipes up, yeah, right.
Oh, that's very good. But yeah, like different cultures just have different relationships with like honesty, right?
I mean, like, okay, so like I'm from the region of the Netherlands that I'm from is Twente, and it's like they've got a bit of a regional dialect, and they've also got a few things. So, like for instance, in local parlance, yes means yes. Yes means no. Ja means no. Like ja means yes. Like double yes is definitely yes, and I'll think about this means like hell no.
No. Yeah, that sounds about right for Twente. Yeah. You're okay. No.
Yeah, exactly. It's like okay, yes. Well, I'll think about it some more. It's like no, not a chance in hell. Anyway, so Geordi is getting a haircut, a much needed haircut, according to himself.
Yeah, but not according to Vassal.
Right, they are kind of like bantering a bit at each other over it, which is being observed by Data, who also try to get in on the banter.
Yeah.
My hair does not require trimming, you lunkhead.
Lunkhead?
I don't know, man. What is it? I don't know what a lunkhead is.
I don't know. Is that a made-up space thing? Chief is a lunkhead something?
All right, well, I gotta admit that I'm a little bit surprised that I know what a lunkhead is and you don't. But yes, no, a lunkhead is a thing. It's a stupid person. It's adult. It's just someone that's just not very smart. Like the synonyms are like idiot, moron, stupid. Like, it's just, he's calling him stupid.
Actually, no, double down on that. Can you do an etymological study of like what a lunkhead would be?
Yeah, so this is an older word. It first looks like it appeared in writing in 1851, and it's an alteration of the words lump and head. Just you get a lump on your head and you're stupid because of kind of a thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm still legitimately shocked that like you don't know what a lunkhead is, but maybe this is just because like I had a brother who maybe watched a lot of like classic like Three Stooges type stuff, so like I just kind of got used to that kind of stuff where that kind of slapstick vaudeville sort of stuff was a little more commonplace for me, which I know is also somewhat unusual even for someone of my age, but like I'm legitimately kind of in shock here. Like I'm kind of taken aback here still.
Ooh, you big lunk? Yes, I don't know. So blah blah blah.
Hey, there's a very important like piece of lore established.
Oh, is that?
I consider Geordi to be my best friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I am experimenting with friendly jibes and insults
Yeah, just don't try that on the captain.
No.
I wasn't going to, but thanks for the advice.
There's another person in the background, a non-human alien with actually quite a lot of like prosthetic for just a background actor.
Who's getting her do done.
Yeah, I think female presenting indeed.
I mean, the beehive hairdress suggests that, but we don't know that about their culture.
But it is the 90s still, so probably intended to be. But it's a wild haircut. I absolutely love it.
And it's getting wanded. I don't know what he's doing with that thing.
But, and like Data's come to Geordi for advice on like what to do about Brian-O and Keiko. And now that he's sort of chilled out a bit, Geordi can sort of explain it to him.
Yeah.
Right?
He knows that Keiko probably doesn't want to call off the marriage.
She's just getting cold feet.
Yeah. Ooh,
and
she'll change her mind again.
Wow, that's a hell of a thing to assume for like Data's quite astonished by that induction.
So better go get a wedding gift. Well, like Data wouldn't have already gotten a wedding gift.
Yeah.
He would have left that to the right man last moment. But it allows us to give a room, which I don't know, I think it's sick bay, which is being repurposed.
Okay, I read that this is a redress of the Star Trek The Motion Picture bridge set from the first 3 films.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether they just have this lying around and redressed as whatever. Like, I haven't... Oh, we have the Chief. Chief, engineering is right up your alley. Can you tell us what else the set for Star Trek The Motion Picture and Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and Star Trek III, The Search for Spock bridge was used for?
All right, this one's actually very interesting for me because I've kind of thought about this a little bit because there's some examples that are very, very obvious. Like in First Contact, you have the EMH, and it's clearly just the Voyager sickbay. It's 100% just the Voyager sickbay, and it's very obvious when you see that. Then there's a deleted scene from Insurrection where the engineering for Voyager is shown to be like the library for that. And it's very obvious if you are at all in the tiniest bit familiar that it's just the exact same set. This one is interesting because like there's greeblies and there's lighting that completely change. So it really kind of just looks like they kept some of it. Like they kept the base shape of the bridge from, you know, these different Star Trek things, but then they just, hey, we're just going to make this the battle bridge now. We're just going to tweak it slightly in that way instead. Now, what's interesting is this was also used in The Offspring because really what they're doing is they're just taking like the base geometry and just swapping some stuff out. But even the lighting panels that you see in The Offspring, it's also the Stargazer bridge, and it also becomes the courtroom for the Measure of the Man. So it's really just taking the base shape and, okay, how can we make something look like a new space without changing the overall geometry of the space and moving stuff around, and really like the panels and the sets and everything, like everything that the actors are interacting with becomes the set dressing, and the walls is the only like quote unquote set stuff, which in my head feels like reverse, because how would you move some of these panels? But it's like, well, because they're not really bolted in there, or if they are, it's in a way where we can move stuff around pretty quickly because you have to sometimes. So it's actually really interesting to look it up. And I found all this through Ex Extra Scientia, which is just a really interesting compendium of just it's literally like, it was literally updated today. It is like the compendium of Star Trek lore, and it's super fascinating. And also, like, I come from the Star Wars fandom primarily. I'm used to like high levels of obsession, and I'm just like, this website is an incredible resource. So the second I asked this question, I was like, I'm heading right here.
I'm really looking for. That's probably quite a long explanation.
Yes.
Thank you for that,
yes,
Chief.
Apparently, this is the gift shop of the Enterprise.
That's what it looks like, isn't it?
Which is weird because, like, there's replicators everywhere.
So this is the replicating center. Now, right. I have the Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's not the technical manual, but it's a book with a lot of sort of technical explanations. Like, it's also got these great cutaway diagrams, like of the transporter room. Transporter room looks like a fairly small room, but the floors above and below are also dedicated to.
not surprised.
And there's just tanks of bulk matter and these recyclings and filters and all that sort of stuff. The replicators in people's homes in people's quarters are for food specifically.
Right, food replicators. But
protein resequencing, carbon resequencing with they're really, really optimized for food grade stuff. And apparently if you want more complicated things like a stuffed bunny rabbit, like the family in the background is generating, then you need different equipment.
Okay.
And that's why people come here to the replicating center.
And this is like, I mean, okay, this is really taking the personal out of personal gifts. It's like basically they're just browsing the standard item catalog that the Enterprise has on board.
Thingiverse.com.
I know, right?
For 3D printable, like,
wedding
swans
gifts,
or whatever.
Such a personal touch, you know? That's like...
That's what Data remarks to Worf. And it's interesting that he finds Worf because...
I find Lieutenant Worf to be what is called a kindred spirit.
And they were both orphans, rescued by Starfleet officers, and in many ways still an outsider. And like the way they talk to each other, like must be very comfortable for both of them.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Are you here to find a wedding gift?
Yes.
Like Worf must sort of culturally really appreciate the directness and the lack of waste for that.
I suppose, yes, Data does. And of course, like he's like, the Data considers him the leading expert because...
Of course. I have attended human weddings before.
And he finds them to be... rather a dull affair. There's a lot of singing and dancing
and not enough drinking. Well,
not enough blood wine, yes.
Well, he is from Minsk, and I know how they party up there.
Sure, yeah. I mean, he'd probably be more at home at a Dothraki wedding.
Yeah. I mean, dudes getting their shirts off, that's a good start.
It's a bit of a dull affair if there's not at least 3 people who die.
Yeah, exactly.
But human bonding rituals often involve a great deal of talking and dancing and crying.
Dancing?
Well, in that case, off to the rescue. Let's see who has dancing in their portfolio. It's like, oh, what do you know? It's Dr. Crusher. Doctor.
Who talked? Who snitched? Her response to that is so sort of militant. And she's almost like talking like he dug up her old porn tapes that she did in college.
Oh, wow.
It's just that...
that was a long time ago. You know, I was in college. I needed the money.
And I don't want to be known as the dancing doctor again.
So great. And this is also takes place during like another subplot that because it was mentioned that Lieutenant Juarez was going into labor, and here she is on the table getting an echo.
Yes.
So that's a fun little C plot. I don't know how this finally came to pass, but like Gates McFadden is a like well-known Hollywood choreographer,
right? Yes.
And a fantastic tap dancer in her own. She did the choreography for Labyrinth.
Yes. Was it choreography? I thought it was more...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
At least that's what I read. Like, I also remember that she might have been responsible for casting.
Something like that. That's what I thought, yeah.
In some degree as well. Although now I'm wondering, did she choreograph the puppets as well as the dancers?
I mean, the dance sequences, yeah, I guess. You've got the fire guys with the heads that come off.
That's right. She must have been involved in that.
Yeah, which was actually done as a practical effect rather than as a green screen. And they were kind of like doing the green screen thing, but they used a black screen.
Oh,
so
yes.
The entire stage was like thick black velvet, which they had to keep vacuuming constantly.
Oh, yeah, every speck.
But it makes for a fairly well done scene, and like the puppeteers being also dressed in black.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Hey, you're not allowed. That's cheating. You're only allowed to take off your own head.
She must have choreographed David Bowie then as well.
I suppose, yeah.
When he did the magic dance.
Yeah. Dance, magic dance.
Magic dance.
I'm thinking about David Bowie's balls again.
Yeah, I know. Imagine being the one behind David Bowie with your arm up his armpits to handle his balls.
God.
Yeah, everyone. Oh, I hope there's people in there who don't know exactly what we're talking about. I think up to your armpit in behind David Bowie's to handle his balls. What is this? No, it's a real thing. Look it up.
Watch the making of Labyrinth if you're interested. It's well worth watching it. And there's another character being introduced, a new character being introduced, not just Keiko. Because Spot is also being introduced. This is the first episode, I believe, that Spot was around. Although the cat's not named yet in this.
No, that's right. And also isn't I think here they're a calico, and then they turn into a tabby.
This is an entirely. This is an entire ginger.
No, you're right. So
I think they stay. I think it's a he, but
it's he until she is pregnant.
Oh right, yes. I mean, that's you can get ginger females. They're just like not quite so often.
Yeah, but like it's the pronouns for Spot, and like we're supposed to assume it's the same cat. Although, like the radical changes in appearance and obviously also in gender make me think that it's like how, you know, when your neighbor that you've been house sitting for comes back from holiday and wonders, oh, did my fish get smaller?
Yeah.
And you just don't, you know, some things happened, but like the point is that the number of fish is the exact same.
Yeah, so those people who think that hamsters live for 10 years because their hamster lived for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the you know, the butt spot on the left side can move to the right side sometimes after a few years. That just happens.
So
but she says,
all right, but let's keep this between you and me.
Yeah,
it's on the down low. Yeah.
Real sleazy. Like, if you didn't know that we're talking about dancing, then you'd make all sorts of assumptions. All right, more boring ambassador stuff, sort of B-plot, and then, yes, there's a kitty cat.
Yeah.
He replicates.
Feline supplement 74.
He really has to think about it.
Yes. I don't know. I mean, like, this is like later on in the episode, there's like a little bit of, he's up to 400 something, I think.
Uh-huh.
And like cats being fussy, it's like, no, you just like put food there and they'll eat it. Like once they get hungry, they'll eat it.
Yeah.
It's how it works.
Yeah. Like it's not... He said, oh, I find it very hard to predict your preferences. Well, sometimes I just want to be a snooty bitch.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just don't want to give you the satisfaction of watching me wolf down whatever protein slop you've just given me. Sometimes I want to let it age a bit. I'm going to let it breathe, right?
Oh, God, yes. Like a fine vine. Brian-O pops on in to have a little talk.
Yes. And Data is in his element.
First of all, I'd like to apologize for this morning at 10 Forward.
Well, Data is trying to be a good host. Would you like to sit down? Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like some music? Would you like...
Because he's noticed.
When one of my friends is distraught, I have learned that the thoughtful thing to do is to attempt to make him feel more comfortable.
Yeah, and he just goes through the whole list of all the treats he can give. What is some music? How would you like me to sprinkle some powdered sugar onto the floor? A different chair, perhaps. Shall we replicate some matching bracelets? And his Data is absolutely relentless. Like this, eventually I'm going to hit on something that he wants.
Yes, and he's just like, no. It's also yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, sir. So
yeah, well, he's an NCO. He has to salute even Wesley.
It comes down to...
I'd like you to talk to her. Convince her to go through with the wedding.
Well, wouldn't Troy be a better...
Yeah, tried that, didn't work.
Okay, yeah, woof. O'Brien really sort of appeals to him because...
You've known her longer than I have.
Worked with her for a long time, she respects you, and you see something weird, which is Data, like, starting to respond and then shutting his mouth twice. Like, he does a triple take.
Accessing.
Yeah. He's accessing. And Brian-O is about to give up when Data decides...
Perhaps she has not fully analyzed her decision.
He'll try.
Right. And it comes, yes, he says that, and then he makes this comment in his personal journal.
Commander Maddox, I noted that Keiko was quite calm and rational when she informed me of her decision this morning.
No, she wasn't. You just couldn't read the room.
Yeah. Couldn't read her expressions.
Exactly.
It's difficult. Yeah, but
therefore, I can predict that she will respond to an objective analysis of the situation based on the available facts.
Well, that goes down like a lead balloon.
What I love is this is season 4, and he's like made it through Starfleet Academy. He's had so many social interactions, and he still persists. Like most of the evidence points toward this. There's sort of like a deep lack of understanding. That probably means that like he recognizes other patterns in human behavior.
I suppose, yeah.
Than an allistic person or a neurotypical person or a human, or a biological human in this case would do. Evidence doesn't lie, and he has a lot of evidence that, and people who responded like this,
right. And he is quite good at, cutting through the BS, because Keiko's like...
I knew what I was doing. It's my decision.
And, that's not in dispute, but...
However, you may have acted with undue haste, and in doing so, unintentionally hurt Chief O'Brien's feelings.
I did what I had to. Why are you doing this?
And she goes flying off.
Yeah. In the Arboretum, also a new set.
Oh.
one that we later enjoy some more. This is the first time that we discover that there is an arboretum and she has a role there because it's not established that she's a botanist.
Okay, an arborist, I would say, if you work in the arboretum. Anyway, Data goes to like, okay, like this is clearly I'm out of my depth here. Let's go talk to Troy.
And I find it so interesting how he describes each of his friends. Right, the kinship that he feels with Worf, even though they very rarely share a scene, but yet they have a lot in common. And like the fact that they don't socialize a lot is probably because they're so comfortable with one another.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they both realize that the other one doesn't really need socializing.
Yeah, and they sort of enjoy that distance in the way that like two cats can enjoy each other's company on opposite sides of the room.
Right, yes.
And that's...
Just like our little pot kitty is having a little snooze in her tree up there.
Yeah.
She has learned that when the microphones are out, it is not time for play. It is time for snooze.
Yeah. And she has herself a little nap while we do whatever yapping it is. And so his reflection on Counselor Troy.
In many ways, Deanna Troi is the friend I understand the least. Her life and her duties are predicated on her understanding and perception of emotions. Since I have none, no doubt she finds me as much a mystery as I find her.
And yeah, this must be... Now it's a very asymmetric relationship because Troy is quite accustomed to relating to people who have different life experiences brains than she does. And she's good at it. Right? She has a lot of tools at her disposal. Her empathic sensitivity is just one of them.
Andorian marriages require groups of 4.
Unless... I'm really curious about the unless.
Yeah.
Right, because it sounds like he's describing Gojo and Go, except, for Andorian matrimony.
And she's like, wait, would you like my advice on how to help them?
Don't.
Yeah. Just stay out of it. Save yourself. Liberate tutte me ex inferis.
Sometimes the best way to help them out is to leave them the alone.
Yeah, let them make their own choices.
Yeah.
And figure it out for themselves. It's a process. And that's difficult for him to understand because he's used to being very constant, right? He can evaluate his own mind and reflect on it, and that yesterday was the same as today, and with the same input, I'm going to get the same output.
Right.
And a lot of humans, holistic people, neurotypical people, or just, lots of different people just don't have that sort of constance.
And it actually turns to a little bit of that introspection at some point, because like Troy mentions that growing old is an integral part of marriage.
Yeah.
At least unless you're like a Hollywood fame marriage, because it seems to last about 3 years on average, I think.
Yeah, about 2 magazine cycles.
Yeah.
Although I am an android, I have not excluded the possibility that I too may someday marry.
And she's like, really?
Whoa!
Girlfriend, tell me about it.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves it, and she's really curious about it. And he says,
I believe I have much to offer a potential mate.
Which she says, yeah, absolutely. She goes over and sits with him. And
multiple techniques.
You do have a lot to offer.
Which is wonderful. I don't know that he's into the touching, which is also not commonly taught as a therapeutic technique, but it's always at the discretion of the therapeutic practitioner.
All right, so another scene with the ambassador who wears some weird head cap thing, like she's gotten rid of the entire towering headdress.
The hat is off and the veil, and now she's just wearing her fish helmet. It's got this cool frill and a jewel on top, and this is where she does the sort of testing for launch codes.
Yeah.
And oh no, you are dismissed. And here's the only connection between those two plots.
Commander Maddox, I have often wished for the sense that humans call intuition or instinct.
Because he's writing this after the fact.
Yes.
Right? And he just completely accepted this at face value. And like, in hindsight, I wish I'd had intuition about this.
Right,
because it was suspicious. I didn't identify it as such in the moment because it was plausible. But a human might have had a different response.
It's like, why are you asking this? It's like, oh, yes, just testing your defenses. Like, well, that's not your job. Why is like...
Oh, no,
you're not a pen tester.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like, was a ferret in a trench coat going into the restaurant to order 1 egg, and the waiter being suspicious and going, "Hey, you're not from around here."
It was a raccoon, not a ferret, but yes.
A raccoon.
Yes.
The raccoon goes,
no,
2 eggs? Yeah, that's a perfectly normal number of eggs. 2 eggs coming right up. And then he goes,
3 eggs. Right, Data gets his dance lesson.
Yes, and look at the way Beverly moves. She looks so comfortable in those heels. She says that...
It is a recreation of the studio I had my first dance lesson in.
There's light coming in from outside, sort of silhouetting them a bit. I wonder if this was a choice in order to sort of mask the... There's a what's called... I was going to say stunt dancer. I guess that is what I mean.
The dance double?
Yeah, a dance double coming in for Brent Spiner at his request.
Okay.
Gates McFadden obviously didn't need
No. But yeah, you could. I was trying to look for it, especially in the overhead shots, which are the full body shots of them dancing. That's like obviously that's where the actual. Also, there's lots of just leg down shots, which again is like leg double. But yes, it's like she starts like off with the basics, but Data is.
Doctor, perhaps it would be beneficial to teach me the final lesson.
And she just basically goes. It's like it's a fun routine
so
where she
much
just
fun.
keeps ramping it up.
I wonder if we have... Will these sound effects work?
Okay.
No.
No.
All the clickety-clacking is it's filtered out, but it's an amazing tap routine. Wow, it's still going. Oh, you hear a little bit.
That's great.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
Sort of... It sounds like a phone book being flipped.
Data is like, okay, well, it's like, I'm all right. It's like...
Then I've successfully learned to dance.
I'd say you've picked up the basics.
I am now prepared to dance at the wedding.
Because then she goes, wait, what the...
Wedding?
You never told me this for a wedding. Like, no, we're doing this all wrong. Now we have to go do ballroom dancing.
They don't do a lot of tap dancing at weddings.
No.
Why not? Well...
I don't really know why.
Yeah, actually, it's a really good question.
Yeah.
But not right
like,
now.
why not? But no, it's just not common. It's
My heartbeat is 133. Come on, we gotta... Okay.
So, yes.
And then they request some music.
Computer, run. Isn't it romantic?
But only the first 7 beats. Because if you do 2 full measures, then we have to pay for it.
Oh.
But if we just do the first 7 3 times and cut off then we don't have to pay
Right.
royalties.
So there's a little bit of toe tipping until the Data like, oh, why did this go so well? It's like, well, I could see what you were doing. And like,
I know you...
Well, why did you look down a little bit now first? And...
I'm very sorry. I know you mean toe stepping, but you said stoat hipping, which I am now completely fascinated with. Like, forget about this boring dancing that they're doing. Let's do the stoat hip. Can you imagine how cool that would be?
That would be an interesting dance. I mean, this probably goes with... I can kind of see Mustelids being excellent breakdancers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, absolutely.
They would be like, go absolutely nuts.
Wow. But she's teaching him some more traditional, and she's noticing that, like...
No, Data, wait a minute. Ow! No. You're just move slowly. Ow! Stop music!
Because she told him to look into her eyes, and he just can't figure out where to place his feet.
Well, I mean, yes, and after they like get down to the little routine, and then she teaches him about leading, and then he's looking up at her, and then it comes to the grotesque part of this.
No, wait. She says, look up. And he tilts his head, and he looks up at the ceiling like a Thermian looking for a shoe.
Yeah. And then it turns absolutely grotesque when...
Now, smile. Act like you're enjoying yourself.
And like I can only describe it as a grimace.
A rictus.
Which is on his face.
It's so great. And then the Doctor is called away because the contractions that Lieutenant Juarez is experiencing are now a minute apart. So it's time for her to show up, get her, her long gloves on, and
Data gets himself a holographic dance partner, and as he shuffles around, we get to see more. Like
that is a monstrous face, but it's also concealed from us for so long because you've got this elegant woman in a dancing dress and sort of twirling around gradually, and then you see fucking Chucky, Next Generation.
Yeah. Oof. All right, so
Riker is telling Patricia Tallman a joke.
Is it a joke?
Sort of. I mean.
Then just as the headsman swings the axe and the blade is about
Commander
to fall...
Riker's easygoing manner and sense of humor is fascinating to me.
He's probably just like telling him about his stories of, daring raids with the command party.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah.
And Patricia Tallman, of course. She has played Beverly Crusher in more episodes of Star Trek than Gates McFadden.
Yes, you mentioned that. She's her stand-in. Yeah.
Yep. And she's also a martial arts expert. You also know her as Lita Alexander, the telepath from Babylon 5.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the ship has arrived in the neutral zone.
Yeah, but we've done this bit, so we can just...
Okay. No.
Right.
Yeah, we get the ambassador to blah, blah, blah.
Actually, we can talk about...
I am Admiral Mendak.
Yeah.
I really like the way he talks.
Oh, absolutely.
The way he really sort of relishes the sibilance and is quite soft. Like he says, oh...
Captain, I note your defensive systems have been activated.
Activated.
As have yours. I was like, I didn't mean anything by it. It's like, what's he trying? It's like, it's not needling, but it's like, being a smarmy little Romulan, I guess.
I guess this is just how Romulans are with one another. You've got to create space for that. Like,
Indeed, I salute your show of strength.
Oh, yes.
You know, I wonder where I recognize.
I see that your Schwartz is bigger than mine.
Yeah, well, I'm circumcised. It just looks that way. Chief, what do we know the actor from who plays Commander Mendak?
So, Admiral Mendak, actually, was played by Alan Scarf, who was he was a sci-fi actor just in a ton of things. So he's in MacGyver, Quantum Leap, Viper, Andromeda, The Outer Limits, Stargate Atlantis. But he also played Tokath in TNG Birthright Part 2, as well as Ogris in Voyager episode Resistance. So he's just a phenomenal actor. There's just been a ton of stuff. And unfortunately, he sadly passed away in 2024.
I'm looking forward to listening to this episode to finding that out. Because more of the B-plot, and oh no, she's dead. Oh no, we're all really worried about it. There's a cool scene in the transporter room where like loads of professionals are doing their jobs. You've got Crusher there analyzing the gunk that's left on the transporter pad.
Yeah, one thing more about Mendak though. I like how he responds when he goes like, beep, 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 beep. I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
In fact, when he knows very well what's going on, but he's laying it on thick. It's like Picard apologizes profusely, actually offers to take on the diplomatic negotiations himself.
Yeah, but then Mendak goes,
A generous offer, since you know that we were willing to negotiate only with T'Pel.
So, nice going. It's like, I salute you, Captain. It was a maneuver worthy of a Romulan. Now, why don't we both leave?
And it's a really reasonable statement because...
I suggest we both leave the neutral zone before there is another.
Turn around, warp to, bye.
Because there's a bit of threat there, but also, like, we both came here for peace, and now we should leave because we do hate each other and we don't trust each other. And we should not be near each other.
So, yes, we find out, like, a little bit of data examining. There's some transporter tests.
Yes, because...
Captain Picard was the person who first interested me in the works of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah, and impressed with Sherlock Holmes and his ability to solve mysteries by careful examination of the available evidence. This is a bit of a generous interpretation of what Sherlock Holmes actually does, which is make huge generalizations, just massive leaps.
Boots of conclusion jumping firmly on there, yes.
Because what he does is not deduction, it's induction.
Yep. He goes to see Crusher again.
I'm sorry, I don't have time to give you another lesson right now, Data.
Oh, no, I'm not here. I'm here to talk about the remains of the Doctor. Sorry, the remains of the Ambassador.
And they find, okay, so we don't normally do that kind of checks, but they have the DNA, and like the DNA matches, but there's a slight discrepancy. And what I really like is this statement.
However, the organic sample from the transporter is showing numerous single-bit errors, like replicated material.
So I guess like anything replicated is just sort of imperfect in kind of ways that don't really matter. So does like replicated food decay faster?
I mean, in different ways, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, based on the decay of this food, it's been this many hours because it was replicated that long ago.
Right. Yeah, replication, decay. I mean,
that's actually kind of plausible, right? If you have one of those replicators in your home, you wouldn't need like food preservation isn't such a high priority.
No, it just gets whipped up together whenever it is, and assume that what's ever left over you put it back in the replicator, it gets taken apart again, and it's added back into the
matter stores.
Yes, exactly.
And the rest comes out of, as Admiral Vance says, our shit.
Yeah,
it's made out of shit. The base carbon, it tastes pretty good for shit.
I guess if you just like take it back to its constituent molecules or atoms, then that's how it works.
Some energy from the matter-antimatter reactor.
Exactly.
Okay, so the mystery's been solved.
Yeah, they take this to the captain, who is outraged, mildly outraged. Yes.
Yep. And like the part about this that's in this scene that's still interesting to us.
The safest and most logical decision in this situation is to contact Starfleet and await further instructions.
Yes. He says.
Based on previous experience, I think there's only a 17% chance that he's actually going to go do this.
And
Red alert.
Yeah.
All hands stand to battle stations.
Yep, and out we go. Everybody walk. They walk with a purpose. It looks so cool. We're heading into the neutral zone.
Yes. Riker fires off a series of commands of his own, like load on photon torpedoes, all phaser banks standby.
Yep.
Warp factor 8, engage.
And he accuses Mendak of taking our ambassador captive, who says,
I can assure you, there is no one being held captive aboard this ship.
Oh, no.
which is the truth.
Right, yes, at which point I was still thinking, like, oh yeah, what's going to happen? Like, this is where we learn that she is, like, going into a deep thing mission. But no, it just turns out that she is, in fact, a Romulan spy.
Yep, because he asks her to walk in from off-screen, giving up a huge tactical advantage.
Yes. But he doesn't want it to end up in a shooting match either. He figures, like, okay, what are we going to do? It's like, because he knows that he has to diffuse the situation somehow.
I mean, 2 other Romulan warbirds decloak and 3 more are on their way.
Right.
Enterprise doesn't stand much of a chance.
No, he could have bluffed his way out. Or not even threatened his way out, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there isn't anything in it for Picard. But you're right.
Fortunately, Captain, I am not ready to start a war.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah,
today. But, yep.
And
you see now that we are not holding one of your citizens, and we thank you for returning our sister to us.
oh, the way he talks, it's Mufasa. And there's a really, really cool shot as the Enterprise departs, because you see it turning away. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, the camera dollies behind one of the Dederidex class Romulan warbirds, and you can see the Enterprise through the oval.
It is, yeah.
It's
very
so
well done.
cool.
Yeah, it must have been an expensive shot, that.
Yeah. I've always liked the look of the Romulan warbird. Like, that oval is such a statement. It's such a great silhouette, and the great big beak in front was absolutely intriguing.
So, Data goes to see Keiko again. It's like he goes there to apologize.
I have offended you and need to find a way to rectify my mistake.
And she's like, oh no, you're fine. We're offended. She's all bubbly and lovey-dovey again.
Yeah, because...
I have the most beautiful carnation for the father of the bride.
Yeah.
I am confused.
Absolutely. But yes, apparently the cold feet have worn off and she is now all up. It's entirely unclear to me what happened.
She went through her emotions. She felt what she needed to feel. Both of them did. Like, it's a big deal. It happens to a lot of people, and complicated feelings need some time to work out. And apparently she came out realizing, okay, this pressure that I'm feeling is, it's there. It's big and momentous. And I can feel both of these things at the same time. I actually am also happy and overwhelmed in her case. And she finds a way to make peace with that. Because, like, it's first marriage, right? So a completely novel experience. But yes, the exact sort of reasoning is left off screen. Maybe because this was still the 90s, we're supposed to infer that, the mechanics of the female heart are mysterious.
Yes,
black box.
The female hysteria has worn off. And
yeah.
So we get a lovely wedding scene.
Okay, so I don't know anything about Japanese wedding traditions. Right. I've not had the privilege of being invited to, or even a photographer for, a Japanese-style wedding.
I think it involves a Shinto priest, but...
There's probably more than just the one religion in Japan.
I
mean,
yeah,
that's probably a component. So there's a wall. There's 2 walls of, what's it called? The paper walls with lights behind them. There's 2 sets of
just screens,
screen walls. Yeah. There's beautiful drapes hanging in 10 forward. There's 2 groups of guests. There's a small sort of table.
There's a bonsai.
Yeah, big old bonsai.
Behind which Keiko is kneeling and she's doing something. Don't know what.
Okay, she's just playing online poker or something.
But Data goes to fetch her, brings her to the center of the room where they share a drink.
Like, it's clearly a traditional Japanese cut. Mm-hmm. It's got the bow on the back. It's got a headpiece that looks like a hat with a veil and all sorts of cool stuff. But
very short veil though.
It's a short veil. Like, I don't know what's traditional.
Doesn't even cover. To me, it looks kind of like the hat design, like you get in those straw hats that you see. But then it's made out of, just like shiny plastic stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like someone went to the sort of fancy part of an art and craft store and like...
Yeah.
took a plan for a traditional outfit. She's got a great hairstyle, and Brian O looks fantastic in his dress uniform as well. Let me see. Geordie's there.
Of course he is.
Well, Geordie must be Brian O's best man then.
I guess so, yes. The shotgun holder.
Oh, she's got a big long tail. Her hair is in a big long tail that hangs down her shiny, shiny bow. And Picard says some bullshit.
Since the days of the first wooden sailing ships, all captains have enjoyed the happy privilege of joining together two people in the bonds of matrimony.
Absolute bullshit. Some captains were also notaries public, which is what you need to be, but it really depends on...
That depends on under which country's jurisdiction you're getting married.
It's a fun bit of Hollywood, though. It's also, by the way, this is almost a verbatim recreation of Captain Kirk's speech in a similar situation when he married two officers.
Yeah.
All in The Balance of Terror, which is also an episode with Romulans in it, doing sneaky stuff. Yeah.
So there is dancing, there is karaoke, I presume, which we don't get to.
A record scratch. Chief, put the record scratch in. We're abandoning this. I want to know what is Brian O's like. Oh, definitely some the Pogues or something, right?
Oh yes, but which one? Which song? I mean, Fairy Tale of New York, probably.
Oh, that's a Christmas one.
That's true. Yeah. Well,
and it's a duet.
Yeah, so that would work fine for karaoke, for a couple's first karaoke.
Oh, I like that. You scumbag, you maggot, you lousy. Merry Christmas, my arse. I hope, pray God, it's your life. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to sing on.
Okay, fair. Maybe not then, but you know.
No? Are you calling your husband a fag?
You can also, like, in later versions, change it to you're cheap and you're haggard.
Actually, hey, Chief, kindly have bleeped out the F word there. It's a slur that, you know, it's part of this song, but yeah, let's not normalize that.
All big smiles around.
I'm sorry, record scratch again. We're still on there. What's hers? What's her go-to song?
I mean, I don't know. 9 to 5?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, do you know 9 to 5 has a huge role in The Orville?
Oh, okay.
A rival sci-fi show.
I'm familiar. I've seen the first season.
There's a whole plot line where female Mocklans turn out to have this secret planet, despite the fact that their species is supposed to be all male and they're hugely discriminated against. And like one of the leaders of this movement of female independence, encounters the Orville and goes through some of their music, and she hears Dolly Parton. She speaks with the voice of a warrior. And 9 to 5 becomes like the anthem for the independent. Like there's a huge battle scene.
Okay.
With 9 to 5 playing over it. And Dolly Parton shows up as a hologram to give advice to these.
Nice.
Absolutely amazing.
Okay, I'll have to watch that episode. It sounds like fun.
Oh, totally worth it.
So.
What's Picard's? I'm sorry. No, we're still on that. What's Picard's one?
I don't know. Picard doesn't he'll probably do a rendition of his little flute thing. Oh, he doesn't have that yet at this point.
Oh no, maybe not.
No, so that's much later. I don't know. Oh no, there's a German song, so that won't work either.
Oh, that's possible. I mean, he's a cultured man.
Oh, I don't remember what the name of the song is. Let me hang on.
What if Briano does something really sappy? He's just really into 90s Irish girl bands.
Okay.
Right, and he does, what is it, Between or whatever, or the Cranberries. Maybe he's a Cranberries guy.
Zombie.
Oh, yeah.
Zombie. Hey.
Yeah. Imagine Colin Meaney singing that at Briano's wedding. It's amazing.
Right. Are we done?
Geordie. What's an engineering song? What's something about... Oh, Little Deuce Coupe.
Sure. Grease Lightning.
Even better! Oh my God, yeah! He named his first shuttle that he built when he was 17. Named it Grease Lightning. That's why he wanted to get a new haircut.
Oh,
he wants a pompadour.
More Brill cream. More Brill cream.
Sounds like, bro, you have African hair. I'm gonna have to get the chemicals out. You don't want that.
Yes. Oh, Riker. Well, trombone solo.
Yeah, he's a boner at every party.
Yeah.
Okay, I've had my fun. You can move on to...
Well, there's only one scene left, really, which is Picard and Data standing over the little baby that was born, the Juarez child, during the time of the deepest crisis, new life was being created on, well, no, it was already around, but born.
Yeah. So he says...
At the same time we were facing destruction, this small miracle was taking place.
Yeah. At the time that your lieutenant was giving birth to her baby and holding her baby for the first time, you called for red alert and ordered the ship into destruction to face several warbirds. That was the decision you made.
Well, yes.
For this baby that had just been born. Don't talk about we were facing destruction, but this miracle was happening there. No, you were jeopardizing this infant who was mere minutes old and like.
And then we get this close-up of Patrick Stewart's face. And I don't know, but like it almost looks like he's wearing guy liner there. I mean...
This actually... It looks really sinister because he's still wearing his dress uniform for some reason, which has a completely closed collar. It doesn't expose the neck. He's sort of like, that's how the uniforms looked in yesterday's Enterprise when you saw the bad version of the future, where we first saw the Ambassador class Starship Enterprise C, because that's how it was. But yeah, where you had a much, much more militarized version of the Enterprise D. They all had phasers and knives and that dark collar. And yeah, it sort of looks like he's wearing coal or something. But...
Yeah,
all's well that ends well.
And
I wonder why he didn't change out of his dress uniform, by the way, because Data did.
No,
they both came from the same party, or did Data leave early?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. And he dances with Keiko.
He does dance with Keiko,
and he doesn't crush her feet.
Of course not. He dances quite well. And we end with Data taking over from Worf before Night Watch starts.
Yep, he gets a quick morning report.
Sickbay reports Lieutenant Umbato broke 2 ribs during a holodeck exercise. And sensors continue to gather long-range information on the Murasaki quasar.
I sort of wanted him to do that in song, like the song that was cut from The Lion King, where
the morning
where Zazu gives his morning report about everything that's happening. But cheetahs never prosper.
Yes. Gosh, yes. There's only one cheetah in the whole Lion King. It's in the opening sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? Oh, by the way, I meant to ask. The other day, I was using your pad while we were doing something for the Patreon.
Right.
And I tried to copy and paste the password, and apparently it didn't work. But what was still in your memory was Nancy Ngonyama Bakiti Baba.
Yes.
The lyrics to the opening song, like, why did you copy it? What was that for? I was wondering why you had that in your clipboard.
Oh, I honestly can't. It was on my iPad.
That's what I was. Oh, it might have been your laptop actually, because we had all those technological difficulties.
Right. I don't know. I might have had to. Well, might probably wanted to reply to some. Oh, yes, I do remember. Someone posted a picture of a bunch of lions. Lionesses sitting there yawning, and I kind of like posted that as a comment to it because it kind of also looked like they were singing, so that's why.
Yeah. And you made sure that you got the Zulu right.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good.
So
they're just saying, "Hey, Dad, look at the lion," right? Nancy Ingonyama is lion in Zulu.
There's a lion and a leopard approaching, as I believe the thing.
No, but that's the Ingonyama Bana.
Right.
That's a lion and a leopard.
Right.
But
yes.
Baba is father. I think Bagiti is like
that, yes.
Shuf, like, look, check it out.
I think so, yes. Yeah, you're probably right. So, I think that is...
Yeah, he signs off with... Actually, I do want to play this.
Yeah?
If being human is not simply a matter of being born flesh and blood, if it is instead a way of thinking, acting, and feeling, then I am hopeful that one day I will discover my own humanity.
Which I actually want to sit with that for a bit. Because, yeah, he is Pinocchio. He's not like Spock, who considers, who has complicated feelings about his human component. He wants to be more human. Actually, like, Data was sort of based on an idea for a character in what would have been Star Trek Phase 2 back in the 70s that never wound up happening, called Zon with an X, a Vulcan who was really curious about humans.
Right.
But, like, his statement that if it's not innate, and that goes back to, like, so marriage is about growing old. When he strips away all the things that he can't do because that's not how his body works, then what's left over is things that he can do.
Sure, yeah.
He can think and act and feel. Oh, yeah, we missed a bit. There's one point where he gives the voiceover, if I was human, then these weird orders I'm getting from the captain would probably make me feel nervous. And while the voiceover is happening, you can see him sitting at his station and he looks down at his finger, which is tapping almost nervously, and then he stops his finger tapping.
Yeah.
Suggesting, he probably feels a lot more than he knows that he feels.
Oh, very well possible, yes.
So, yeah. Thank you, Alex Rust, for this recommendation and for completing the Inside Straight that we didn't know we were playing.
Exactly. You know what they say, never draw to an Inside Straight, but yeah, it's...
Turns out it worked out.
Sometimes it works.
Thank you so much. And yeah, like, reading, like, Data as an autistic coded character or Seven,
right.
In its way, Spock or the Doctor, like, they'll have things that people recognize themselves in. Yeah. That set them apart from the sort of neurotypical rest of the crew. I really enjoyed this.
So, what did you think was
so fucking cool?
Ooh, I mean, obviously the concept, but I think some of the lines were really good. Some of the lines for Data, like the setup and payoff for the comedic structure, even though it wasn't like laugh out loud funny, and there weren't specifically jokes.
No, but it was a situational comedy, if anything.
Right, there were gags.
Yeah.
Right, setups and payoffs where you can play with as the audience you have certain expectations, but those are different from the character's expectation. And you know, his optimism, like, now that I've seen how calm she was when she made the first news, she's probably going to take this very calmly as well.
Yes.
And you know it's going to be a disaster, but in his head, he's completely right. And you're also, I wish the world did work like this more often for you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we be better off? And Ronald D. Moore had a lot to do with this, of course, obviously with the writer. So yeah, I think that sort of gags, the comedic structure in this episode really charmed me. Excellent. How about you?
Mine's like, I mean, he only had a small part, but my so fucking cool is definitely for Admiral Mendek. I loved him in this. In this, I loved his like cool, understated. He was not like he was not so pushy and threatening as like Romulans tend to be played. He was just much more understated, and like, of course, he was like planning something else entirely. But I really loved how he delivered his lines and all that kind of thing. Like, yeah, he's definitely my favorite in this episode.
Oh, that's a good choice. Oh, I almost want to add Ambassador T'Pel to that because I thought she was captivating as well. Yes. But no, I think you're right, Mendak. I think that's a very good one.
Right. So then we always talk about the scene that we imagine that was left on the cutting room floor that didn't make it to the ending. So,
Captain's log supplemental.
Oh. I was just racking my brain. And then I did the thing where I sort of opened up my mind to the weirdest possibility, and that is the 15 minutes that it's just a voiceover by Data, who describes that like one of the most important rituals in his day, that since he's unable to like eat the way that humans do, he does sort of try to do that. And also he takes 15 minutes out of his day to take a shit, which is...
It's completely unnecessary.
But
something like
very difficult for a positronic organism to do. So let me talk you through. And I've built this special device that sort of opens me up and seals me back up. And I have the protein slurry 74 and then I have to age that a bit in order to simulate the consistency. I'm sorry, you come in with something else to stop this because yes, it's the 15-minute scene where Data takes a shit.
Okay, mine is going to be the one where. O'Brien and Keiko accidentally run into into the corridor, start having an amazing, a fantastic row about her calling off the marriage.
Oh no!
Turns out that it's only because of the goldfish that Miles wants to have standing on the right side of the aquarium, on the right side of the room, and she on the left when it bothers her feng shui, and ends up in makeup sex.
In the hallway?
Well, somewhere like just up against the fish tank.
Just right outside 10 Forward where they have the two cock chairs facing each other. This is brilliant.
So,
well, thank you, Alex Russett, and also sorry about that. I think we were doing such a good job being heartfelt and being sincere and having fun. And
we had to get it out of our system.
Yeah, that is how we roll. So thank you very much. Hey, what did you like? Give the sort of finishing talk where you tell them about the links and stuff.
Oh, right. So yes, indeed. If you would like to recommend an episode to us, just like Alex did,
thank you.
You can go to joyoftrek.com/links where you will find a submission form where you can tell us about an episode that you love more than everybody else, or just one that holds a special place for you. And it will be hopefully selected by the chief to be talked about by us in a future episode. Also, there's a little link to our Patreon page in case you can find it in your heart and wallet to help keep the lights on at
Joy of Trek Studios, such as they are, which continue to move through space. I think they've settled on the living room for now.
For the time being, yes.
Kind of like a talk show, 1960s talk show vibe.
A little bit.
Sitting
Sort of a camera over there in the corner, and it would work just fine.
There's also a link to a submission form for stories if you'd like to recommend a Star Trek fanfic for us to read during the off week, somewhere between 1,000 and 3,000 words, PG-13, but you know how we like to sort of push the boundary of that. And also, if you spell links like the animal, then yep, that actually still sort of refers to a cute picture of an actual lynx, and it doesn't get you anywhere,
So let's find out what the chief has selected for our next episode, and here.
Next time on an all-new episode of Star Trek.
All right, here comes the first clue.
Rule of acquisition 286.
Okay.
When Morn leaves, it's all over.
All right. Okay, so
DS9.
clear.
Yeah.
And
the charge has been made that you have used money to bring down a great house.
Oh, I think I know.
Oh?
I think I know. Oh.
Respect is good, but Latinum's better.
Yeah, that's very Quark.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
I don't know. I mean, it's clearly, it's probably one of the Ferengi episodes, but we've already had, we've had the Ferengi episode where the Grand Nagus is kind of like in
which one?
The Grand Nagus when he comes over to DS9. That's
he does that a bunch of times though.
That's true, but like not in disgrace or anything. So.
Oh yeah, that one, and they have to get his job back.
Right. Yes. So that's not definitely. We've already done that one. So I'm not sure which episode. Like, keep going.
All right, and we've got some more.
If that happens, I'll stand up, look them straight in the eye, and offer them a bribe.
Yeah.
It's the safest way. That's a Quark school of marksmanship.
Yes.
I really am very grateful for all you've done, Quark. That is why I'm going to let you take your hand off my thigh instead of shattering every bone in your body.
That sounds like Odo.
No, Odo?
Well, no.
His hand off his thigh?
I mean, okay. I don't know. I mean, Ferengi aren't really ones who make physical threats, are they?
No, I was thinking
each other?
Kira.
Oh, that could work.
Maybe.
Yeah, that could work.
Or
Worf?
actually,
Worf?
I think... Do you think he's fondling Worf's thigh?
No, fair enough.
I mean, in the fanfics that we gladly read, yes, sure. Oh.
No, I have no idea which episode this is. I mean, other than DS9. Yeah.
Does the name Grilka mean anything to you?
Not sure, no.
Oh, well, one more clue.
The house of Kozak is gone. For the time being, it shall be known as the house of Quark.
Quark, yeah.
Oh, it's like is this a Klingon episode? It's like because it's a Klingon house that's being brought down by money, of course, which is a great dishonor, of course. I still don't know which episode it is, but yeah,
it's called.
Oh,
here we
what
go.
A fun one we have because the episode is DS9 303, The House of Quark.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so looking
that's
forward
where
to this.
Doesn't he get married to a Klingon?
Yes, that's right.
And that's where the hand on the thigh.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And then we get to see what Klingon marriage looks like for the first time, and
Oh,
also what
what
Klingon divorce looks like. Which is
more pain sticks.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. I really, really love this. And I'm surprised that you don't remember it. We're going to have such a good time with it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Which leaves us only one more thing to do.
I'm leaving Starfleet.
Energized! Sort of tapping off into the sun.
We hope you've enjoyed this week's episode with friends Kay and Kaki, production and editing by Chief Engineer Greg, and music by Fox Amore. Join us next week for Pomp and Circumstance, a fan fiction reading, followed by House of Quark, DS9 303. Visit joyoftrek.com/links to send us your recommendations, support us on Patreon, or to find us on Blue Sky. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening to The Joy of Trek, and we'll see you out there.